As we journey through 2023, the cyber threat landscape morphs with alarming speed. Today, we're going to expose the 5 formidable cyber threats that loom on the horizon. From the cunning of advanced phishing to the audacity of state-sponsored espionage, these digital dangers demand your vigilance. In 2023, we're witnessing the rise of advanced persistent phishing, APP attacks. APP is a sophisticated form of phishing that involves prolonged and targeted campaigns to deceive individuals, often through seemingly legitimate emails, to gain unauthorized access to sensitive data. These schemes are meticulously crafted, targeting individuals and businesses with a precision that's both impressive and terrifying. Imagine receiving an email so convincing, with logos, language, and a level of personalization that mirrors legitimate communication. Most people wouldn't think twice before clicking. That's the hallmark of APP. Cybercriminals who use APP are often in it for the long game, sometimes infiltrating systems and remaining undetected for months, siphoning sensitive data all the while. In the first half of 2023, the Anti-Phishing Working Group, or APWG Anti-Phishing Working Group, which is an international coalition of counter-cybercrime experts, reported a 65% increase in phishing incidents compared to the same period in the previous year. And at what cost? According to a report by Deloitte, during the past 12 months, 34.5% of polled executives reported that their organization's accounting and financial data were targeted by cyber adversaries. But it's not just about money. The impact on businesses extends to reputational damage, loss of customer trust, and the potential for significant operational disruption. For instance, on March the 20th, 2022, the Lapsus Group hacked Microsoft, compromising Cortana and Bing. But by March the 22nd, Microsoft contained the breach. This incident emphasizes how sophisticated APP attacks are becoming and their potential to infiltrate even the most secure systems. As we go deeper into the digital landscape, ransomware remains a formidable threat. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that hijacks and encrypts a victim's data, rendering it inaccessible. The attackers then demand you guessed it, ransom in exchange for the decryption key. This cyber threat has been around for years, but its tactics have been significantly evolved. Today, ransomware is more than just a tool for data encryption. It's a sophisticated weapon for double extortion. Attackers not only lock out victims from their data, but also threaten to leak sensitive information publicly unless a ransom is paid. In 2023, we're seeing ransomware attacks that are more than just opportunistic. They're strategic. Cybercriminals are doing their homework, identifying and exploiting vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure and high-value targets. They're not just encrypting data, they're stealing it first, leaving organizations in a precarious position where paying the ransom doesn't guarantee safety or secrecy. The numbers paint a grim picture. Cybersecurity Ventures predicts annual global ransomware costs will soar to $10.5 trillion by 2025, a 15% yearly increase from 2015. Moreover, the psychological impact, the disruption to services, and the erosion of trust are immeasurable. One of the most chilling developments is the rise of ransomware as a service, RAS. This business model allows affiliates to use pre-developed ransomware tools, making it easier for individuals with minimal technical know-how to launch attacks. This democratization of cybercrime means that the barrier to entry is lower than ever, broadening the threat landscape significantly. But there's a silver lining. Awareness is the first step towards defense. By understanding these evolving threats, individuals and organizations can implement robust cybersecurity measures, such as regular backups, employee training, and multi-factor authentication to mitigate the risks of this ever-evolving digital menace. A different kind of warfare is also escalating. It's not fought with guns or bombs, but with code and cyber tactics. State-sponsored attacks are becoming a cornerstone of national defense and offense strategies, with nations using their cyber technology to spy, steal, and sabotage. A country's digital infrastructure can be infiltrated from anywhere in the world, making every nation vulnerable to cyber espionage. The targets are diverse: government agencies, critical infrastructure, and major corporations. The goal is to steal state secrets, intellectual property, and personal data, or to disrupt critical services. According to a report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, state-sponsored cyber attacks have been on the rise, with significant incidents reported by governments and industries worldwide. For instance, in September 2023, Indian hacktivists targeted Canada's military and parliament websites, with DDoS attacks that slowed system operations for several hours. The rise of cyber warfare means that the stakes are higher than ever. As nations build their cyber arsenals, the need for strong international cyber norms and defences becomes increasingly critical. Cybersecurity is no longer just an IT issue. It's a strategic imperative at the highest levels of leadership. Before we proceed, we have something to share with you.
Ever been curious about blockchain, AI, and cybersecurity? Welcome to BlockLink Digital, where tech becomes simple. Discover hundreds of articles and videos that keep you ahead. Join thousands of tech enthusiasts and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. Never miss a beat of the future. Sign up, it's free. Don't get left behind in the tech revolution. www.blocklink.digital. Dive into tomorrow, today.
Now back to the video. Now moving forward, the misuse of artificial intelligence, AI, to create deepfakes represents a rapidly emerging threat to both personal and national security. Deepfakes are hyper-realistic digital forgeries that can make people appear to say or do things they never did, and their potential for harm is as profound as it is unsettling. The technology behind deepfakes has evolved at a breakneck pace, thanks to advances in machine learning and AI. The proportion of deepfakes in North America more than doubled from 2022 to 2023, jumping from 0.2% to 2.6% in the US. This proliferation is alarming, considering the potential uses of deepfakes for fraud, defamation, and misinformation. The threat is not just to individuals, but to the very fabric of society. Imagine a deepfake video of a political leader declaring war, or a CEO announcing fraudulent company earnings. The immediate impacts could range from stock market turmoil to international conflict, all sparked by a convincing lie. National security agencies are taking notice. The US National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021 includes measures to support research and development to detect deepfakes, recognizing the threat they pose to national security. Meanwhile, the EU is investing in initiatives like the InVid project to develop tools to verify video content and combat disinformation. But it's not just a matter of detection. The legal and ethical frameworks surrounding deepfakes are still nascent. In this high-stakes game of digital truth and deception, the race is on to develop technologies to detect and combat deepfakes. The challenge is significant, but so is the commitment to preserving truth and trust in the digital world. But here's something else that's perhaps just as alarming. The Internet of Things, or IoT, refers to the network of physical devices, from smart home appliances to industrial machines, that are connected to the Internet, sharing and collecting data. As we integrate IoT and the rollout of 5G networks, we're also opening the door to a new wave of cybersecurity vulnerabilities. These emerging technologies promise to connect our lives like never before, but with that connectivity comes increased risk. The more devices we have online, the more potential entry points for cyber criminals. In 2023, IoT attacks have seen a significant increase. According to the Sonic Wall Cyber Threat Report, there was a 37% increase in IoT malware worldwide, resulting in 77.9 million attacks. The most affected areas were Asia, with a 170% increase, and Latin America, with a 164% increase. 5G technology, while a significant advancement in speed and connectivity, also presents new challenges. Its deployment will see an increase in the volume and velocity of data being transferred, creating more opportunities for breaches. A report by the European Union Agency for Cybersecurity, ENISA, provides authorities with technical guidance on the 5G toolbox measure for security requirements in existing 5G standards. The report provides a high-level overview of the specification and standardization landscape for the security of 5G networks and the main activities of various standardization organizations and industrial groups in the area of 5G. Mitigating these risks requires a proactive approach. For IoT devices, this means manufacturers must prioritize security in their designs, implementing strong encryption and regular updates to address vulnerabilities. For consumers, it's about changing the default passwords on their devices and ensuring their home networks are secure. As for 5G, telecom operators and equipment manufacturers are working together to enhance security standards. The adoption of security by design principles and the implementation of end-to-end encryption are critical steps in safeguarding against breaches. Concisely put, while the potential of IoT and 5G is boundless, so is the potential for exploitation. It's a race against time to secure these technologies, and everyone from policymakers to end users has a role to play. It's clear that as our digital landscape evolves, so must our vigilance. Now, it's over to you. How will you fortify your digital life against these sophisticated threats? Share your strategies in the comments below. And if you found this video enlightening, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more critical updates.